All right, so I'm on day 3 now, and I'm getting ready to return the truck because we put everything in the storage that we can get in. Actually, we have quite a bit of space, but I don't think without damaging certain things would I be able to get the rest of the stuff in there. So rather than do that, I'll just go ahead and get another unit. Just won't get a big one. I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But I'm gonna sweep this truck out in the back real quick, and then I'm gonna go and put some gas in it and return it, and that'll be that. Oh. Hold up. Yeah, I was wondering why I couldn't freaking open this thing. Yeah. So come here. Anything else that's left in the house, I can transport in my car. So I'm not worried about that. You know, life experiences have taught me a lot. And I've learned a lot of things. Know how to do a lot of things. Because life has taught me how to overcome adversity. My ex told me once, I don't know, as he was leaving me, you know, wondering why he was doing the things he was doing. And he looked at me and he says, "You're not a victim. You're not a victim." You know, I think he was trying to soothe himself that what he was doing wasn't bad and that I could handle it, which I could, but that wasn't the point. In a sense, he was right. I'm not a victim. Yeah, I'm not a victim. Okay, so we got gas. The truck has to be back at 11. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, but I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it in. Or what else? Turn it in, and I'll have to get a lift back home. That's added to my cost of how much this move is costing me. Mind you, my deposit for renting this place is $15.75. So we'll see how much of moving eats that up. Because the last time I moved, it pretty much ate up almost all of the deposit that I had put down. So it wasn't like, you know, I took that money and I turned around and I put it right back into another place. I'm not going to complain though too much about it, because I'm just thankful that I'm even able to do this. Some people aren't. You know, they have housing issues, they have transportation issues, they have job issues. I don't have those issues. Mine is just a lot of physical things that, you know, I have to do that I, you know, don't necessarily like, you know, as a woman. It's just, I don't know. It's like yesterday when we were at the storage place, there was nobody unloading, so, you know, we had the U-Haul, and I pretty much centered the U-Haul where you can take the stuff right off of, because there's 2 parking spaces, so I kind of straddled the spaces. Well, we had been there like 3 hours or so, or something like that, and some workers one of the ladies that worked there came and asked who was driving the U-Haul, and I said I was. She was like, oh, okay. She's like, well, can you move it over a bit, just like that? So I said, okay. So I say, oh, somebody must need to, use the other space, because we've been out there a minute and nobody had really bothered us, with the U-Haul and unloaded stuff. They would just kind of park their car on the side, but if they had asked, I would have moved it, no big deal or whatever like that, because you're not supposed to. That's why there's 2 spaces. But yeah, so I got out, and it was a crew of men unloading, what do you call this stuff? Salvaging. They were doing looked like a building had crumbled or fell apart, some pieces or something like that they were wanting to unload. So, I got in the truck and I moved the U-Haul. You know what I'm saying? I got in one spot so that they could take their truck and back it into the spot and they could unload. But they wanted me to move the whole truck. I'm pretty sure they would have made it easy for them, just like it made it easy for me to have the whole space to move the things or whatever. But they didn't. They just kind of sat there. And I'm like, I'm not moving my truck. I'm still unloading stuff. I might have had like 3 or 4 pieces of heavy furniture on there. And I would have glad, now, I'm pretty sure they were not American, but I'm sure they spoke some English. I know the one guy did, because he was on the truck taking pictures of himself, selfies. But I'm saying to myself, because it was just I had my 2 boys helping me, and my one son had to leave and go to work. So they just left me and my older son, Dallas. And he's pretty strong, and he and I together, we can do a lot of stuff or whatever. I think we had a couch, that big mirror I'm always taking pictures in front of, that needed to be moved, and some others, a couple of other things, boxes and stuff. So we're still moving the stuff, and they're still sitting there or whatever. Then it starts to rain, and then they get up and they move out of the rain because they just sitting there. And I'm thinking to myself, y'all big strong men or whatever, if y'all had offered to come and help me move this stuff, I know it's not their job, but I'm just saying, you trying to do something, I'm trying to do something, you want the entire spot, I'm more than happy to give you the spot, but I'm not moving if I can't get my stuff out of here. Like, if they had offered, there's like 6 or 7 men, and I'm one little woman, and my son trying to move this stuff, and didn't even offer, not once. And I don't know if it's, they're like, I'm not gonna bother with that lady, whatever. So finally we were almost done, and we just had the couch, which we had already moved the couch and put it on the little rollaway thing. So that just left the mirror, that mirror is really fucking heavy. If you ever buy that mirror, just be warned, it's really heavy. Now don't get me wrong, my son and I, we could get it down. As a matter of fact, we had already started taking it down. And then I saw one of the guys, it might have been the lead guy, coming out, and I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind, could you help me and my son with this? And he was like, sure, absolutely, no problem, whatever, just like that. So I don't know, maybe I have to ask. People don't just see you struggling and say, hey, you need some help. I'm like that though. If I see people struggling and I'm standing there and I'm nearby, I offer help. I do. I would, absolutely. As a matter of fact, funny story. One morning, I was up really, really early in the morning. I always got anecdotes and stories and stuff. Really early in the morning. I don't know why I was up, but I was up and I was standing at my window looking out. And I see this truck, this little, trailer people have on the back of their truck. They put stuff, like the guy that goes out and scavenges and salvage stuff on the side of the road. So I see the guy pull up. So my neighbor down at the end of the cul-de-sac down there has put out a refrigerator. This man by himself, and it was no small refrigerator. It was pretty big. He was struggling. I was like, oh my God. I thought to myself, I should go down there and ask him if he needs help. I literally went downstairs to my front door and opened it. But by the time I got there, he had already, wiggled his way and, got it onto the truck along with some other stuff. So I was impressed. I was like, damn. I was gonna help him. I really was. You know what I'm saying? So I felt bad. But that's, like I said, that's just the kind of person I am. I know not everybody is like that. And those guys didn't owe me anything. They didn't have to help me or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? The one guy that did help, he didn't have to. And I appreciate it. I really did. And I say, when God opens a door for you, walk through it. Don't question it. Just walk through it. Just walk through it. So we are here. I actually rented this from an Ace Hardware. This is where I always rent truck from, actually. Every time I move, I rent a truck from them. So they got my profile pretty good. They'd be like, see you next time, Miss Simmons. So you know I gotta unload this crap. Just like I loaded it up. I'm gonna have to unload it. I'm gonna get straight in here. Straight into space. Okay. All right, we made it. So let me check this truck out. I'm gonna, like I say, call my Lyft. To come and get me, and that'll be that. And then we got the task of cleaning. I got like maybe 5 repairs I gotta do to the place. Like put up a blind. I gotta go pick up the drawer for the refrigerator that was ordered, make sure it's right. And then just like odds, ends, things. And then we gotta clean at the same time. So that's gonna be the major thing, is the cleaning situation. But yep, I have a meeting later on today at 2 o'clock for work. And then after that, I think I'm pretty good. And if anything else happens, I'll contact you guys. I'll pick you guys up. Oh God, I need to sleep. I'm working on 4 hours of sleep. Like I was up till after 2, and then I was up at like almost 6 o'clock. Yeah. Bye.